Peace, peace, y'all. So this is for anybody who um, still gets triggered by past traumas, whether you realize it or not. Okay. When you get triggered by past traumas and you're saying to yourself, I don't know how to let go of that, there's so many ways to let go of it. Okay. You first have to understand that it's possible. We've been listening to these bullshit doctors and nurses for so long talking about, oh, this is permanent and there's no cure for that. If there is ever a disease, if there is ever any illness, there will always be a cure. There will always be a way to permanently get rid of it. That is called the law of polarity. Okay, it's one of the 12 universal laws that I think everybody should study. Because if we all did that, we would all get our power back. You know what I'm saying? And the system would stop using us like cash cows. All right? But that's besides the point. When it comes to letting go of something that you have been through in your past, you have to understand that your past self and your future self, they are both your current self. All versions of your old self and all versions of the selves of the version of yourself that you have yet to come across, they're all one. They're all still within this one body. Okay? It doesn't matter if you don't identify with it no more. It doesn't matter if you have yet to identify with it anymore, or if you've yet to identify with it at all. At the end of the day, it's all within you right here, right now. So when these triggers happen, you're going to feel what? You can feel very easily angry. You can feel depressed. You can feel manic. You can feel all these feelings, right? All these feelings are coming up because we didn't know how to deal with it then. If you want to know how to deal with it now, you just have to understand you have to heal your body. Tend to your body. We're not taught as kids. I bet you 9 times out of 10, whoever's watching this, you were not taught self-love as a child. You were not taught how to nurture yourself, and you were not taught to protect yourself for the most part. Okay? Specifically when it comes to triggers and feelings coming up and you don't really know what to do with it, we're usually taught pretty much to suck it up, go work a billion jobs, go to school for this, that, and the third, but you still don't know how to deal with that core part of you that can dead stop you in your tracks. You don't yet know how to deal with that type of power that's coming over you. Okay? It's easier to smoke, it's easier to drink, it's easier to have sex, it's easier to spend money, it's easier to doom scroll, it's easier to just do all that shit, right? But because we lack self-worth and a lot of us don't know how to gain self-worth within us, we don't feel worthy enough of that nurturing. If in that moment when you were, let's say you were 15 years old, right, and something happened, if when you were 15 you were all alone going through what you went through, there was no mother there to support you and nurture you, there was no father there for him to protect you, whatever the case was, you were given evidence in that moment that you have to deal with it on your own. And so you may be going about life that way. However you choose to go about life, your body has accrued evidence, okay, that is now attached to your belief system. So you may now believe you're not worthy of nurturing. You may believe that you're not worthy of being healed. You may believe that you're not worthy of doing what you love to do. You may feel that you're not worthy of having your own business, that you're going to be working for somebody else for the rest of your life. You may feel worried about a million different things and feel unworthy about these things. But are these things really true? Your body has evidence of that seeming of that being true. Your body has evidence of it. Your body feels like it has evidence of, you know what, I'm just not worthy of shit. I'm just gonna be whatever the world wants me to be and not have a mind of my own. You know, we've all been under this spell for a long time, and some of us are still very heavily under this spell. All right. So when it comes to dealing with these triggers, you have to force yourself to believe in the truth. Like I said, it's your mind and your body is battling with its own level of evidence. But your heart knows the truth. Your soul knows the truth. And the truth is, you're a lot more worthy than you believe. If you were not worthy, God would not even thought about creating you in the first place for you to be here. And that's the truth. So it's up to you. For some reason, I'm thinking about the movie 300. Not a fan of how backwards the shit is, but you know, you had 300 soldiers fighting up against thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands of other soldiers. And that 300 right there is your truth. That's your truth. Still having the ability to stand at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? And yes, that part may be hard or may be challenging. It may be difficult. But that does not mean that it's impossible. So what do you do now? What do you do? That 15-year-old self, that 11-year-old self, whatever version, whatever younger version of yourself, and that trauma has already passed, but it's still sitting there. You gotta heal your body now. If that anger comes up, if that sadness comes up, if all that shit comes up, do something about it now. It's almost like this, okay? Now, I understand many times that shit just be popping up. That shit will straight sucker punch you right dead in your fucking chest. I get that. I get that. I used to go from a 0 to 100 quick, way back in the day. But I had to choose my battle very wisely. And I chose to battle between my body's evidence and my heart and soul's truth. I won that battle because I don't snap like that no more. I haven't gotten angry like that in years. You know what I mean? Long time. I put in that work. So what's the best thing to do? Work on yourself now. Give yourself 5, 10, 15 minutes of just loving yourself. Do some yoga. Do some somatic exercises. Okay? Please understand, as I'm saying this to you guys, I'm saying it to myself as well. You can't stay stuck. You can if you want. But that's your choice. At the end of the day, we may have reasons as to why we feel or believe we can't do something. But after a while, those reasons are going to turn into excuses. When a reason is a reason, it is what it is. But after a while, reasons have the ability to overstay its welcome. And we can't crutch on these reasons, because as soon as we crutch on a reason, that's when it turns into an excuse. Okay? Journal what's going on with inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? Tap into that part of yourself. You are your sole responsibility because you have the ability to respond to your soul. You have the ability to respond to all that's happening outside of you. And it's all happening outside of you because it's the shit that's happening on the inside of you. Okay? I love you very much. You got this.